What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the first episode of the race to Red Bull Romaniac. Woo-hoo! Yeah, so like I said, this channel is going to be dedicated more towards getting to Red Bull Romaniacs. I am currently in Zambia right now. I'm on a random dirt road, as you can see. Super random dirt road. The first episode of this race to Romaniacs is going to be overall bike stuff, things that have been happening with my bike, overall condition of my bike. It's just been I haven't done like a bike review or anything like that since I've started my channel, or anything that I've gone through with the bike, but in preparation for the Red Bull Romaniacs, this first episode is going to be dedicated towards the bike and you understanding what the hell is going on with my bike. So I have to get my luggage off right now. Let me get it off. All right, so first order of operation, the general condition of the of Dora, my bike. Man, those who know me and who's been riding with me know the condition of my bike. My bike is not in the greatest condition. I have beat this bike to smithereens. It's like proper fucked. So we're gonna start with the front here with the windshield. Yeah, so this windshield I've had maybe for like 6 months now, and it's already broken. This is actually my 6th windshield that I've had. Yeah, this is my 6th windshield, starting from the factory one to this one. 6th one. That's how many times I've fucking broken this damn windshield. It's the screen is like it just keeps, I don't know, I just keep breaking them, so because I keep dropping my bike. Also, so these here are not, obviously they're not factory. These I had the Camel ADV ones. No, sorry, I had the alt rider ones, the fork guards. Those got busted up. Couldn't order them. I asked Camel ADV, but there was some timing issue, which I understand. So I think so I had to get some like Yamaha dirt bike ones, and this is what I have. As you can see, my bike is completely covered in zip ties. Completely covered in zip ties. Absolutely completely covered in zip ties. Zip ties here. Holding these up, holding these up. The brake line is aftermarket. Well, it's just kind of jimmy rigged because my brake lines broke, my original one, so I brought it to a shop and had to make me a new brake line. This is also alt rider right here, fender. High fender kit. That is bent. As you can see, this is pretty bent. If you've seen some of my videos where I am going straight towards the camera, you can tell that my high fender is bent. So let's see, going around, as you guys can see, I have the rally tower here. Well, we can talk about the rally tower in a different time, but I can go down in more detail about the rally tower. But if you really want to know, just let me know. I'll go over the rally tower and where I got it from and all that good stuff. So let's see, all of my fairings. So these are the Camel ADV fairings. I love them. The only thing is the fasteners, it does have a little bit of a weak point. So a lot of the fasteners that clip into the, right here, there's like it's supposed to be a fastener right here, in this area right here, but it's broken. So, and that's on both sides. They've kind of snapped off. But I mean, look at this thing is held up so much, and kind of, you know, it's starting to peel here. But this is the wrapping that I have over it, that I put over it in Colombia. What else? Going down the line, this is my bash plate. This is the Thor bash plate. I have my, I mean, I like it, I love it, it does its job. I do have my gripes with it. I think they sent me a Euro 5 and I required a Euro 4. I know I asked for a Euro 4, but I think they mistakenly made me a Euro 5 and sent it to me, so because it doesn't fit. I had to cut cut all this piece out because it was just too wide. It was off-centered. The bolts didn't line up, and I've been struggling with it for a while until I finally fixed it. So now it's being held up by hose clamps. Yeah. As you can see, all the bolts to my fingers are all gone. But this is all broken. This is completely broken right here. Yeah, so it's as you can see, the overall condition of my bike is pretty brutal. So bolts missing here. I got Camel ADV brake fix, Camel ADV foot bags here. Love them. Love the brake fix, or the fix as they like to call it. It's called the fix. This is the Huzar Exhaust. Huzar Exhaust, it's like one of the first high mounts that came out for this bike. That's why I haven't really changed it. That's why this is the only one that I've had. I don't mind it. I don't really like the sound as much. I think I'm going to try and switch to the Camel ADV high mount exhaust, like their rally one. I really like the look of that. So I'm gonna see if I can switch to that. I have the mono seat because I don't really need the seat. This just gives me extra room for more stuff. I've done like a little bit of this little mesh whatever here for the seat. Yeah, I don't really have a seat concept. I don't mind the seat concept. I had it on my Africa Twin. To be honest with you, for the money that I paid, I'm not too sure if it actually worked. I don't know, like I felt like it, I don't know, I felt like it didn't do much for me. But, you know, I've heard people really rave about them, and, you know, if it works for them, it works for them. It just didn't work for me, so I just decided not to buy a seat concept, because they're not cheap. So, also I had this plate made to protect my boot from the exhaust. And oh wow, this was put on backwards. Why is this put on this way? That's interesting. Okay, I gotta fix that. I don't know why this is facing the other direction. This is supposed to be that way. I hope it's not. Let me check my boots. Okay, it's not melting my boots. Well, it was melting my boots a long time ago, because I had the adventure boots, and it melted my boots. Yeah, so this is supposed to be facing the opposite direction. I'm not sure why that's like that. This is the B&B rear plate. This is like their smaller one, the smaller rear plate. I got this because I wanted handles. So I wanted some kind of handle so I can use to lift the bike for when I get into certain situations, and they've actually come in quite handy. So okay, so we have the Camel tank. You guys know me. I am a huge fan of the Camel ADV, so I really believe in their products. I really am a huge fan of them. I think those guys over there do a really good job at what they, you know, getting their bike or getting their product tested well. So yes, Camel tank. Haven't really had much issues with them. Sometimes it doesn't drain, it doesn't vacuum, but I believe that's mainly because of the vacuum system from here. They do give you like a little rubber O-ring to put in between the cap and the tank hole, so that will allow it to vacuum quicker, or to vacuum. So then we have double take. Can't forget the double take mirrors. Love these guys. Love these things. Lifesavers. Also, I have bark busters. So they've done me pretty well, because this bike has hit the ground so many times. So many times this bike has hit the ground on the pavement as well, and they've saved my ass. So love them. Okay, going back into the rally tower here. This is the F2R Roadbook. This is my ICO trip meter. I have the satellite speed sensor. It works by satellite, as opposed to putting your as opposed to using the cable down here to the speed sensor, the wheel speed sensor. I did that because I had a really good, well, I had a friend back in New Jersey who actually told me, he said, listen, you know, just if you're gonna do this, you should spend the extra money and get the one that's GPS. So far so good, it's worked out for me. So yeah, so that's general overall condition of the bike. I mean, listen, the fairings are all scratched up. Nothing on this bike is being held up by the original bolts. I mean, look at this. Look at my rear cowl. You know, look at that. Now that is actually from my Kriega bags. That's from my Kriega bags hitting the and me obviously crashing with my Kriega bags. And I don't have a plate coming down the side, so if you do plan on getting Kriega bags and you do want to have a rackless system, I would suggest getting a small cage that goes on the sides here, because it will damage your bike if you ride it pretty rough. Even if you don't ride it pretty rough, it'll still damage your bike because it bounces around and it scratches your fairing. So if you care about that stuff. So yeah, so that is general condition of my bike. As far as issues that I've had, I also have my suspension. My suspension is the tractive suspension. I have a closed cartridge in the front, and I have the extreme shock in the rear. It's a Touratech. I think they use it's tractive as well. I love them. When I first got the bike, I was literally marrying the shocks together. Like, the suspension was just collapsing. I could not. It was such a brutal sound. So obviously I was a little bit too heavy for the spring weight. So, but for what I wanted to do, I really feel like I needed to do a better upgrade, so I spent the money and did the front and rear. It was probably the best bang for my buck that I've ever got out of this bike, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's been incredible. So yeah, I live and die by the suspension because I really love the suspension. So alright, so as far as maintenance, I've kept up with the maintenance quite often. Oil changes, things like that. I've changed the bearings a few times. Changed the bearings maybe twice in the front and twice in the rear. The only issue I've had was an overheating problem. So the overheating problem, honestly, was just my system just needed to be flushed. Other than that, honestly, it's been money. I just did a valve clearance check on it, and it's got 74,000 miles on it. I'm sorry, 74,000 kilometers. The valves are money. There was nothing wrong. Everything was in spec. As a matter of fact, my friend who helped me do it was completely shocked. The thing is, I really beat the shit out of this bike. So other than that, yeah, that's it, man. That's all the bike has been through. And you know, she just got some little cosmetic stuff done to it. There are some things that I'm going to be doing to the bike for the race. So there are quite a few things that I need to start looking into when I get into Europe. For one thing is probably new fairings, or just not necessarily new fairings, but new these parts here. Like this part. This comes out like that. This is all broken right there. So you need this part right here. I need a new tank cover here. Yeah, again here. So these I need new parts for. The fairing, not so much. I love the fairing. I don't think I'm going to order a new fairing from Camel ADV because I like what I have now, and I think it's fine. It just needs a couple of fasteners just broke, but that's about it. I can find bolts to get in there, and the thing is, the bolts have nowhere to really fasten to, so that's the only problem because of the, you know, this piece here that's broken. So a lot of that's just like completely broken. So overall, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the bike. That's the overall condition of the bike. There's just some things that I need to just look into before I get into the race. Also, I'm not going to ride it as crazy as I normally do heading up to Europe, because I need my bike. I'm trying to minimize the amount of parts that I need while I am on the road. Obviously, coming up to West Africa, I think some of the parts are going to be very difficult to get as well if I need something. So I'm really going to take it easy and just kind of focus on just traveling and getting to Europe. Not like before, where I was just kind of like, I was doing rides and beating the shit out of the bike, and every time I went out for a ride, I came back and something was wrong with the bike, and so now I think I'm just going to really tone down on the on all the activities on the bike. So also I have the Evo Adventure Bend handlebars as well. I forgot to tell you about that. There was one more thing. The rims. So the rims. So I started this journey with tubeless rims. So rims without tubeless, where the spokes are in the middle. So I started the journey with two of them, and then I bent one of them. I bent the front one. So I had to go back to the States and get the original, which I did. I went back and I got the original. But the rear is still a tubeless system. So I am wondering what I should do in regards to the Red Bull Romaniacs. I think I'm going to get a moose, and do it that way. So I think that's going to be my best bet. Get new tires, get a moose, and throw a moose in there. Yeah, do it that way. And I don't really have much experience with moose, so if you guys do, let me know. Especially on a big bike, I don't really notice people putting moose in their like big adventure bikes, or if it even needs it. So that's that's another thing, is does it even really need it? So yeah, so that, as far as like getting parts, I think when I get to Europe, I'm going to start doing everything I can to get the bike ready. I'm also going to order parts to Europe while I'm in, probably when I get to Morocco. But yeah, so that's it. That's the general overall process of the bike. This is my baby, and I can't wait to keep you guys informed about the rest and what's going to happen next. So cool. I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about the T7, if you have any general, this is kind of like, I guess, kind of a review, but if you have any questions, guys, let me know. Absolutely, just 100% let me know. If you have any input that you want to give to me, I'm always learning. I'm always open to learning, so absolutely, just go for it. Let me know. So, and I will see you guys on the road.